welcome. Bravo, Bravo 51 here. What's up, gentlemen? Before I dig into anything, I want to give all grace and glory to our Father God and His Son, Jesus Christ, without which none of this is possible. That being said, let's go ahead and dig in. I make another video today because somewhere in the world, 144 men have decided that they no longer want to be among us. 144 men. 44 of these men are veterans. This is the world we live in, guys. It's unforgiving, it's cold, and the only thing you have any opportunity to be is yourself, the highest form of yourself, and in doing so, being relentless. This video speaks to that side, that relentless side, that cold side, that dark side, the side we all encounter living in this world that allows a number like this to exist. Okay? We come into this world and we get coddled with love and told lies and inflated truths about things in the world. And we get into the world and it becomes something that we were told and never warned against. The fact of the matter is a lot of us have borne the battle in this world and have gone toe to toe with evils in this world that nobody else wants to and nobody else would be willing to. These are your heroes. These heroes of yours are taking themselves out because they feel used, they feel unappreciated, and at the end of the day, they return back to a society that nobody gave them a warning about, that they had inflated ideas about. And this isn't new. This isn't something that just happened last week or last month or in the last 5 years. This is something that has been going on for the better part of perhaps the last 50 to 60 years. It surpasses generations. It creates rifts between generations because as one generation comes to pass, another generation takes the mantle, and the problems of the previous generation are a thing of the past. However, the new generation deals with newer problems. And so old advice is almost worthless. You can't go anywhere with it. It doesn't apply to anything. It has no value or utility. Sure, it could come from a good place, but aside from that, it's not going to lead you anywhere. So you need somebody in the modern day to teach you something, to show you something. Who are your role models? Do you have anybody in the modern age who deals with modern problems with modern solutions? Or do you have people who live with an archaic mindset of what it is that they have to deal with every day? And maybe the idea of just sticking it in a box and putting it somewhere is their idea of dealing with it. I don't believe it is. Eventually that box comes out. Eventually it opens up, and eventually you're back into everything that gave you a reason to put it in the box in the first place. Gentlemen, the only way through it is forward. The only way past it is through it. The only way that you can gain your value in the society as anybody of any type of respect is by going through these things and surviving. Not checking out, not quitting on your dreams, and most importantly, not quitting on yourself. You know, I had to go to college, community college of all things, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to do that through the VA's program for voc rehab. I took advantage of it once I had my rating. And once I got that rating and once I was back in the program, I managed to go ahead and earn a degree in business administration with a concentration in finance. In my undergrad, I learned about things that nobody really taught me, or maybe they did teach me, but not the educated degree of what it is that I'm about to say. There were two terms. One was grit. And grit is the ability to withstand things, the ability to go through it all, to go the distance. Sheer grit. Absolute determination. Think David Goggins running his ass off. Think Rich Piana pushing the absolute distance with himself physically until he absolutely couldn't anymore. Think Desmond Doss hauling dying men and injured men off of the side of a ledge 75 to 200 feet down, so that others might live. Asking God, One simple thing, just one more. Asking God for suffering, asking God for more pain, asking God for these things. And in return, he gets something that nobody else gets to have, because nobody else wants to do those things, because nobody else decided to put themselves out there to be recreated and be reborn again, hard. Gentlemen, don't run from your pain. Ease up to it. Don't run from hard times. Cozy up to them. Don't run from hate. Let it be the fuel for your fire. In this dark world, be the light that everybody wishes that they were. There are so many mediocrity-driven men in this world who settle for just enough, who settle for simple, don't want anything beyond that. And the nerve of these men to shame other men for wanting more. The nerve of these men to go after other men who have done more than they have, thinking that they have some kind of high ground over them because they didn't put themselves through that. The shame of these men for never asking God for a rough life, or knowing how to, for that matter. They believe they have an easier life. They believe they have a better way. However, they do not have the grit and the determination that you have as a man. If you have gone through things, if you have suffered, if you have lost over and over and over again, and you keep getting back up, you're the man in the arena. You're the champion, not that guy. That guy took the easy way out. That guy's got no fucking room to say anything about you or anybody like you for that matter. So don't tolerate shit from anybody like that. You can start there. Stand up for yourselves. Self-efficacy was another big theme when I was going through my undergrad. Self-efficacy is the absolute innate belief in oneself, specifically yourself. How much do you believe in yourself? Well, if you've been told that you're not enough your whole life, if your very existence is determined on performance, whether it be academically, physically, or otherwise, you sit there idle and you feel sick because that is your existence and you don't know how to relax. You are under this unseen pressure of impending doom. In your mind, you believe that it's coming. Because you don't know stability. All you know is survival. To be taught self-efficacy after living on survival mode for close to 37 years was a very interesting time in my life. Because I had to embrace the definition of it. And what was funny was I was taking these classes with kids who were 18, 19, 20 years old, fresh out of high school. I'm 37 years old, barely getting my shit together, after having a fucking massive mental breakdown in my mid-30s, after my time in the service, after watching my friends die, after watching my friends kill themselves, after watching my friends be forgotten, after watching myself get forgotten easily because I was nobody worth remembering. That's right. Even with all my accolades, even with everything that I did, my experiences, I'm still a nobody. But I'm somebody to someone out there. So like Desmond Doss said, give me just one more. That's why at the end of every single one of these videos, I extend myself through a Zoom call, a meeting, something that is tangible, that you can reach out to me, we can connect. You can tell me your problems, you can tell me your issues without judgment. I will not clown you, I will not berate you. In fact, I'll lift you up. I perhaps might even give you resources if I have them. This is what these calls are about, gentlemen. Connection, networking, strength building, and borning the battle with men who have already been through it. Modern problems requiring modern solutions. And none of this archaic bullshit of sitting there with your mouth shut and your eyes closed in a fucking corner while the world cucks you for your problems, for your shortcomings, and for everything that you're not doing right. And not because you don't know how, it's because you haven't been taught. You haven't been fed. Fruit of the Spirit. Remember the tree. You don't feed or nourish that tree, it will not produce, and eventually it will die. And that's what we are seeing right now in society. So book a call with me, gentlemen, and let's get your tree growing. Let's get you moving in the right direction so that you can produce, so that you can be somebody. And that when you turn around and you look back at your life, you see that grit, you see that determination, that self-efficacy that drove you forward when you believed in yourself when nobody else would. I love every single one of you guys. You'll have a great night. Have a great early start of your week. Bravo, Bravo 51 out.